What is up, you beautiful creation of God? Come with me. Today we're making tamales. Alright guys, let's get right into it. Right here I've already incorporated some of this baking powder and the rest of the ingredients of coconut, or you can use lard. Well, I like using coconut oil for this, and your salt, of course. You're gonna add the wet ingredients, which I use chicken stock for this. You can use regular water if you're gonna use sweet ingredients for your tamales, so you don't have that salty aspect. But since these are gonna be chicken tamales, I just added the consomme in there and started working in. I knew I was gonna need more water to this, but I just want to add it in small progressions so I can get the feel for the masa and don't get it too loose or too thick or whatnot. At this point, I had already added all the cups of water that had been incorporated into the masa and slowly getting it to that right consistency. I am slowly spinning it so I don't create too much gluten, so that the tamales are soft and not too rubbery and too hard, because that's what happens when you overmix the masa. You don't want to overmix the masa. That's the way that I was taught. Now you want to mix it enough so that all the ingredients are incorporated into each other and you don't have little small pockets of just salt, and then when they cook, that person takes a bite and then it's super salty. You don't want that. So you want to mix it enough that everything is well incorporated into the masa all together, but you don't want to overmix it. It's a fine line. You have to get used to it by the feel. It's just a feel. You want to make it like a Play-Doh consistency or a little softer that you can smear on the leaf and not be difficult. There are tamale pots that you can buy with a base that you can put in the bottom, but I like to make mine with foil because I don't have that, and this is the way that we used to cook it when I was little. So I don't have a base, so I created one with aluminum foil. I did 3 big balls in the bottom and then 1 big circular roll on the top, and then I'm gonna put this on top of everything, and then water's gonna be in the bottom. As it cooks, the steam's gonna come up. Make sure you ventilate your little cooking base or whatever. Put some holes in it. But you can also do rolls. You can also do like different rolls and create like a log cabin style pattern. And other people like to do that, but this is the way that I like to do it when I cook tamales. To begin the process of cooking the chicken, go ahead, get your pot ready with a little bit of water, add some salt. To me, I like adding a little bit of bay leaves. Gives it that nice taste to the water or to the chicken itself when the flavors leach into each other. So it is a nice aromatic accent to it. Go ahead and place your chicken in the pot, all of it. As soon as it starts getting hot, go ahead, put it in there and start boiling. Get it nice to a nice boil, and then I'll turn it down to a simmer, and until it's pretty much falling apart. You don't take it out. Go ahead, get yourself some warm water and start soaking your tamale leaves, which is your corn husk obviously, and get them nice and pliable so they don't break upon you whenever you're trying to roll the masa and the ingredients onto each other. You can soak one side and then flip it and soak the other side in some warm water. By this point, your chicken is ready to be out of the pot. It's boiling all crazy, and then you can either save this liquid or use it for something else, or just toss it down the drain. It is up to you. For me, I'm gonna just toss it down the drain because I just have too many frozen chicken stocks in the freezer. Now let's shred the chicken. Wow, done, baby. Now for this part, you can use your own salsa, homemade salsa, or you can use your favorite salsa from the market. Put that in this chicken. Get that to a nice simmer, not really a boil, just to heat up the salsa. And you can also shred the chicken a little bit more in this process. Now the process of assembling the tamal is get your sheets out of the water, get them nice and not completely dry, but just get most of the water out. I like to dry mine, pat mine dry for a while until I put the masa on there, because if it's too wet or too watery, the masa is gonna become too loose and too watery when it's cooking, and the product is going to turn out horrible. So I like to dry mine out almost to the point of completely dry but still pliable. So this is a new recipe. I usually do a more softer dough recipe, but this is a little bit thicker recipe that I usually like it. I like it like Play-Doh. This is a little, just a tad bit thicker than Play-Doh, but it still worked. The end process was really delicious. So just stick with me. I am still rusty from making tamales. I haven't done them in almost over a decade. And so this is the first time trying to get a feel for them again. And it turned out great. As you can see, we're cooking them now. They're being steamed. They're all spread around the edges and ready to be eaten later. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys' time and attention. I hope you guys like this recipe. Thanks for watching.